Have you ever looked at a quarter and wondered if there was more to it than meets the eye? Today, we're diving into a coin that might seem like just another piece of everyday currency at first glance, a 1997 US quarter dollar. But for those with a keen eye and a passion for coin collecting, this particular quarter holds a secret that transforms it from a commonplace coin into a fascinating treasure. Stick around as we unravel the story, the details, and the value behind this remarkable specimen. The U.S. quarter has long been a symbol of American history and ingenuity. In 1997, the coin was part of the steady stream of Washington quarters that had been in circulation for decades. But in that year, amid rapid advances in minting technology and the pressures of mass production, a small production anomaly occurred. While the overwhelming majority of quarters were struck perfectly, a select few emerged with a subtle but intriguing error that has since captured the attention of experienced collectors. It's a reminder that even in the world of precision minting, a tiny mistake can sometimes create an opportunity for something extraordinary. Now, let's pause for a moment and take a closer look at this coin. Notice the finely detailed portrait of George Washington on the obverse. Look carefully at the lines in his hair and the delicate inscription around the rim. In these rare specimens, experts have noted a subtle double impression, a slight doubling of certain design elements that hints at a second, almost ghostly strike. This double strike effect is so understated that it can easily be missed by the untrained eye, yet it's exactly this nuance that gives the coin its allure and elevated status among collectors. So, what makes the 1997 quarter with this double strike error so valuable? It starts with the coin's origin story. The U.S. Mint in 1997 was working at an incredibly fast pace, churning out millions of quarters for everyday transactions. Amid this production frenzy, a small number of coins were inadvertently fed through the minting process twice before the dies were retracted. The result was a near imperceptible doubling of certain design features. To the casual observer, the coin looks just like any other quarter. But for those who know what to look for, that slight doubling is a sign of rarity, a small minting error that, due to its scarcity, has become a coveted trait. It's this kind of subtle error that reminds us how much care and precision goes into the minting process, and yet how even the most advanced machinery can sometimes produce an imperfection that tells its own unique story. Some collectors even say that the double strike effect gives the coin a sort of hidden personality, a secret message left behind by the mint, a glimpse into a moment of human fallibility within a high-tech operation. Let's talk numbers for a moment. In today's market, condition is everything. When it comes to the 1997 quarter with this rare error, specimens in pristine, uncirculated condition have been known to command a premium significantly above face value. Over the last decade, auction houses have recorded sales of these coins at prices ranging from 150% to as high as 300% above the typical market rate for standard quarters. In some notable auctions, especially those featuring coins graded in MS 65 condition or better, these 1997 era coins have fetched several $100s, and sometimes even more when the grading is accompanied by expert authentication. Market trends indicate that as awareness grows among collectors, the demand for these coins continues to rise. Many seasoned collectors consider a well-preserved example not only a sound investment, but also a fascinating piece of modern minting history. And while the coin's error might be subtle, its impact on value is very real. It's a classic case of how rarity, even in the smallest detail, can dramatically alter a coin's desirability and worth. Let's take another moment here to admire a close-up shot of the coin's lettering. Notice how the double impression creates a nearly imperceptible ripple in the texture. This is the kind of detail that can only be appreciated when you're really up close. And it's precisely this level of intricacy that has made the 1997 quarter such a talking point among collectors. Now, let's step back into the realm of myths and fascinating stories. There's a legend circulating in some coin collecting circles that this error was the result of a deliberate test, a secret experiment by the mint to see what kind of second strike effect could be achieved. While that story is more myth than fact, it adds a layer of mystique to the coin. The truth, as we know it, is that the error was unintentional, a small hiccup in an otherwise flawless production process. But sometimes, Those very imperfections become the narrative hook that turns an ordinary coin into a sought-after collectible. Over the years, collectors have swapped stories about how a friend unexpectedly found one in a pocket or a drawer, transforming a mundane find into a prized possession with an intriguing backstory. Of course, condition-based value variations are critical when evaluating any coin, and the 1997 quarter is no exception. Coins graded in superior condition, those that have retained their original luster and where the double strike error is crisply defined, are at the top of the market. In contrast, coins that have seen years of circulation, with worn edges and dulled details, may still be interesting, but they don't command the same premium. It's a fine balance. The very rarity that makes the coin valuable is also best appreciated when the coin is preserved in near-mint condition. That's why collectors are so passionate about proper storage and careful handling. If you're lucky enough to have a 1997 quarter in your collection or are on the lookout for one, here are a few collecting tips. First, authentication is paramount. If you suspect that your coin might be one of these rare error specimens, don't hesitate to have it examined by a reputable grading service. This step not only confirms its authenticity, but also significantly enhances its value. Second, proper storage is essential. Keep your coins in acid-free holders or albums, and store them in a controlled environment to prevent damage from humidity or temperature fluctuations. A little extra care can make a big difference over the decades. And finally, engage with other collectors. Whether through coin clubs, online forums, or local auctions, sharing information and experiences can lead to valuable insights and even help you discover that elusive variant you've been searching for. Sometimes, collectors may confuse the 1997 quarter with similar coins from other series or even with other mint errors. The key to differentiating this coin lies in its specific design details. Unlike some more obvious errors, such as off-center strikes or coins missing key elements, the 1997 quarter's error is incredibly subtle. It's not something you can spot with a casual glance. Instead, it requires a trained eye to notice the slight doubling in the fine details of Washington's portrait and the lettering. Other quarters, like those from the State series or coins with more pronounced minting issues, tend to have errors that are immediately noticeable and, as a result, are categorized differently by grading services. This subtlety is what makes the 1997 quarters variant so unique and highly prized among collectors who appreciate the art of close examination. As we wrap up our deep dive into the 1997 US quarter dollar, it's worth reflecting on what this coin represents. Beyond its face value and the fascinating minting error, it embodies a story of unexpected beauty emerging from a moment of imperfection. It's a reminder that sometimes the most intriguing treasures are hidden in the details, those tiny quirks that can only be appreciated by taking a closer look. In a world where mass production often erases individuality, the 1997 quarter stands out as a testament to the idea that even small mistakes can lead to great value, both monetarily and historically. Every coin in our pockets has the potential to tell a story. Whether you're an experienced collector or someone who's just beginning to explore the world of numismatics, the 1997 quarter encourages us to look beyond the surface. It invites us to appreciate the rich history embedded in every minting, the technological advances that make modern coinage possible, and yes, even the rare errors that make each coin unique. This coin isn't just a piece of metal. It's a slice of American history, a conversation starter, and for many, a cherished investment. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the unexpected world of the 1997 US quarter dollar. If you enjoyed this exploration, please consider liking and subscribing for more deep dives into the fascinating world of coin collecting. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you come across any coins with unexpected errors in your own collection? Drop a comment below and share your story. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, sometimes the most ordinary things hold the most extraordinary secrets.